Hi folks, Coach Greg here with another video on indoor soccer strategies and tactics. In this video we're going to talk about offensive tactics. The first thing to think about in indoor soccer for offensive tactics is dribbling less. In outdoor soccer there's a bigger field and there's a lot more open space compared to indoor soccer. Indoor soccer, the space is a lot more confined and therefore there's a lot less room to dribble. Indoor soccer is a passing game. There's not nearly as much room for dribbling, and when a player does dribble, the fact that the players are closer together means that the player is going to be attacked a lot more quickly. There's not as much time to think and there's not as much time to move and react to be able to dribble. So the key to indoor soccer, to success for indoor soccer, is passing a lot more than you might be used to than you do in outdoor soccer. When you do those passes, this is another tactic, is that those passes have to be more accurate and they have to be faster. When that ball comes to a player in indoor soccer, you got to get rid of that ball as fast as you can. One touch, two touch, maybe dribble 1 or 2 feet and then get rid of that ball. It's just a faster game than outdoor soccer. And those passes, when they do get passed, they need to be more accurate. The fact that the field is smaller, more compact, means that those passes have to be right in front of the player and then perfectly situated into the receiving player's ability and right in front of them. They have to be able to receive that pass. If you lead them by a little bit too much, in outdoor soccer you might be able to lead somebody by 10 yards and they can run underneath it, or they can run up to it and catch it. In indoor soccer there's just not enough room. You're going to hit a wall or you're going to hit another player. So those passes have to be a whole lot more accurate. Another tactic for indoor soccer is attack with speed. Attack with speed. Now speed always favors the offense in indoor soccer. There's always a transitioning happening in indoor soccer, whether it's going offense to defense or defense to offense. On the transition from defense to offense, when you collect that ball, you want to attack as fast as you can. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is that the defense doesn't get time to reset. If you take that ball, collect it, and then start kind of moving around and waiting for your player to catch up, well, the defensive players are going to reset as well. In indoor soccer, you need to attack as fast as you can. Bring somebody with you if you can. If you're in a scenario where it's a 1v0 or a 1v1, push on and keep attacking with speed. Maybe take a shot off of that back wall or a pass off of that back wall as your teammates are following you up. You don't want to wait and slow that play down. You're just helping the defense. Another offensive tactic is to avoid the corners, at least the offensive corners, when playing in indoor soccer. In outdoor soccer, a lot of coaches teach or coach to go for the corner flags and pass back into the middle and make something happen that way. What that does is that spreads out the defense, and could be some benefit in doing that in a lot of situations. In indoor soccer, going towards the corner with your back towards the penalty area or the mouth of the goal, many times, I've seen it over and over again, all you gotta have is one defender come and get on your back, or sometimes 2 defenders, and you're stuck in that corner. It's very difficult to get out of the corner. So it's just best to try to avoid those corners as best you can, unless you know you're gonna be able to pop right back out. Another offensive tactic is keep moving. In indoor soccer, you just want to keep that ball moving around as much as possible. I like to make sure that the players are continuously crossing one another this way and continuously crossing back and forth up and down the field looking for those passes. In indoor soccer, the positions overlap more than they do in outdoor soccer. So you can have people going back and forth, you can have people going 4.5, but you got to keep that ball moving more than outdoor soccer. In outdoor soccer, you always want to keep moving, but in indoor soccer, it's even more pronounced. Because if you sit still for more than 3, 4, 5 seconds, you're going to have somebody attacking you. Another offensive tactic is to position yourself for rebound shots at all times. We always want to be in a position to be able to show for the ball. All of our players need to be showing for the ball at all times if we can. But there's a whole lot more places that you can be on the field to show for a ball when it can bounce off of the wall. For example, if you have a player going down one side of the field to attack and making a nice long run, then that player is, of course, advancing and attacking with speed. The follow-on player can be coming along this way and looking for that rebound shot off of the back wall as opposed to waiting for a direct pass. So always be in a position to receive a bounce pass in addition to being able to receive a direct pass. And that leads to the next offensive tactic, is to use the walls a whole lot more. Many teams that come indoor to practice for the outdoor season, that happens a lot, at least where I am, is that teams come inside for the winter and they practice and they stay in shape. And their coaches, a lot of times they'll say, don't use the walls because we don't want to get used to using the walls. Well, it depends on if you want to play the indoor soccer the way it was intended to be played, or you want to play outdoor soccer and stay in shape. I would say that if you're going to come inside and play indoor soccer and play it well, the walls are part of the game, and you want to make sure that you stay using those walls. The way to use the walls on offense is to speed the game up. And this needs to be, instead of a bounce pass like right off of the wall, a real high angle pass, you need to be a low angle pass and keep that ball and actually speed that ball up. If you're in your own third or the middle third of the field, you can glance that ball off of the wall and get it downfield and speed the play up. If you're in the attacking third of the field, if you're in the opponent's third of the field, use of the side walls becomes a lot less useful than if you're in your own third or in the middle third. So that way, if you're in the attacking third, you want to use that back wall and try to get it to one of your players that's sitting in front of the goal. But you want to use those walls as much as possible. Another offensive tactic is to use one touch in close. And when I say that, when I say in close, I'm talking about primarily inside the penalty area. Inside the penalty area, it's a lot more compact in indoor soccer than in outdoor soccer in many cases. I mean, that field on the outdoor, that box is very large, and in indoor soccer, it's a whole lot more compact, and there's going to be a whole lot more people shoulder to shoulder in that box. You want to be able to one-touch that ball into the goal as often as possible. So if you have practice or if you have skills that you want to work on, one-touch skills, especially in close, would be very, very helpful. Another offensive tactic you want to take a look at is the way that you shoot. In indoor soccer, you want to shoot as quickly as possible. Now, you want to shoot quickly in outdoor soccer, but you want to shoot even more quickly in indoor soccer. There's a couple of ways to be able to do that. You just in indoor soccer, a lot of times you're going to be a lot closer to the goal than in outdoor soccer. In outdoor soccer, you may be shooting from outside the 18, in which case you need a nice, great big boot to get that ball going. In indoor soccer, you might be feet or a few yards away, and people tend to overkick, and they tend to kick way too hard in indoor soccer. All you got to do is tap that ball in the goal. You can toe it in, you can heel it in, you can shovel it in with the top of your foot. There's a lot of different ways to score, and it feels unnatural at first if you come from outdoor to indoor. But you want to shoot with a lot of different kinds of shots, and you want to try to shoot very, very quickly. That ball needs to touch your feet, and it needs to come off your feet right away. Another thing about shooting is that you want to shoot as low as you possibly can in indoor soccer. In indoor soccer, I always tell my players, you can't shoot too low. Of course, the same is true in outdoor soccer, but in indoor soccer, you want to keep that ball down low as best as you can. It's harder for the keeper to get down, and a rebound shot is much easier to shoot back in. If that rebound comes off that back wall, it's a lot easier to shoot that ball in with a little more power than it is to chest a ball in. For example, if it comes off the back wall at chest height. So shooting low is typically a good idea. And another strategy or another tactic for shooting is to shoot for the far post. Now, we teach that in indoor and outdoor soccer. In indoor soccer, it's very important for the keeper to hug that near post to keep it from sliding right in. And if those shots are coming at 2, 3, 5 yards away, they're going to want to be right there on that post, on that near post. So what we try to do is coach players to shoot towards the far post, and the best scenario is we have somebody that is already on the other side of that goal to be able to take the rebound or to take the direct shot in if they're standing in front of that goal. The goalkeeper is going to tend, in almost all cases, to inch towards that near post. These are just some offensive tactics we've got for indoor soccer. Hope you like them, and I hope you enjoy the videos here on indoor soccer strategies and tactics. See you next time. I'm Coach Greg. Bye-bye.